Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today, we're getting over that hump. It's Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. Number 1, new allegations were revealed this week in connection with the Georgia Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate, Herschel Walker. The Daily Beast reported the anti-abortion candidate asked a woman he was dating to have an abortion when she became pregnant. The woman, who asked not to be identified for privacy concerns, underwent the procedure in September 2009 and was reimbursed days later by Walker. Number 2, protesters have recently gathered in cities around the world to show solidarity with women in Iran. The gatherings are an echo of the protests that have erupted in Iran since the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini, who had been detained by the country's so-called morality police. Whether in Istanbul or Los Angeles, protests are marked by the striking words and images that have typified the protests rocking Iran. Chants of women, life, freedom, and in some cases, women taking scissors to their own hair. Number 3, a retired judge opened a public inquiry on Tuesday into how Britain handled the coronavirus pandemic, saying bereaved families and those who suffered would be at the heart of the proceedings. Former Court of Appeal Judge Heather Hallett said the inquiry would investigate the UK's preparedness for a pandemic, how the government responded, and whether the level of loss was inevitable. Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson agreed to hold an inquiry on his government's handling of the pandemic after pressure from bereaved families. Number 4, 3 major medical associations asked the Justice Department to investigate threats being made against children's hospitals and physicians providing gender-affirming care to transgender youth. The American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Medical Association, and the Children's Hospital Association urged the department to investigate those coordinating, provoking, and carrying out bomb threats and threats of personal violence against children's hospitals. Several hospitals recently received social media threats after far-right influencers condemned gender-affirming programs offered by the hospitals and spread misinformation about their practices. Number 5, Yaron Kathuri has been missing from Douglasville, Georgia since September 28th. The endangered 17-year-old was last seen around 8 a.m. last Wednesday. He was last seen wearing a white NASA hoodie and light blue jeans. Yaron's father said his son recently battled depression and suicidal ideation. Anyone with information on Yaron's disappearance, please go to the Black and Missing Foundation website. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Facing difficult situations instead of avoiding them, that's being mature. Inhale fortitude. Exhale chaos. Ooh. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with Stephen Hill, the man of the world, comedian extraordinaire Myra J., and activist Quinn Townsend Riley as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Black Voters Matter and HBCU Go TV. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.